Greetings, gang. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've been taking good care of yourselves. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my moderator, Ben. Hey, babe. Hey, the real prophetic Pisces. Grand evening to you, too. Okay, guys. So, tonight we're going to do a quick energy check in. See what's going on in the energy, seeing what's going on with you, and maybe talk a little shit. I don't know. All right, so let's see. Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay. Okay. So when I was channeling you guys' energy, I was hearing this song by Patra. She's one of the like icons of dancehall music from the like 90s. And I was hearing this song and it's like, I'm on a romantic call. I'm talking to my baby down on the yard. And so I don't know if maybe some of you guys are like interested in dating at this time. Some of you guys could be thinking about maybe like what it would be like if you had, just somebody to have somebody to kind of like, get romantic with, have a good time with, go out with, date, talk to, Maybe some of you guys, hey AV, maybe some of you guys have gotten to this point in your journey where maybe that's something you're open to now. I missed you on Wednesday, Ben. Started to think you cheating on me, man, with other readers. I don't know. What about the kids, Ben? You supposed to be my baby mama. What about the kids, Ben? What about the kids? Hey, Lisa. Uh-huh. That's what they all say. That's what they all say. All these years, this is how you gonna treat me now, Ben. You already know I'm gonna drag you. All right, let's see here, gang. Hey, I'm grateful for you too. You on EST. If you fall asleep, you better catch the replay. AV been holding me down since you left, Ben. AV been holding me down. You know. All right. Okay, so overall energy is a 7 of Swords. Now, it might be some sneaky bullshit going on. I don't get to control what come out in the reading. So we're going to have to work with the energy that's here. Okay, so bottom of the deck here is the 5 of Swords. Okay. So there is some kind of sneak diss going on. It might be some sneak dissing going on. Somebody may be like trying to strategically plan how they're going to sabotage you, satellize your name. I don't know. Okay, but somebody could be self-sabotaging as well. Somebody's thoughts could be getting ahead of them, and somebody could be in some type of mental conflict here, but we're going to clarify. Let's grab the after tarot. All right, Spirit, what is this? Right, off the rip, you know? What is this, please, Spirit? High Priestess in reverse. So it's y'all reading, but you see, you know, your doppelganger or a low priestess is, they're trying to, okay, thank you. This low priestess is trying to create some type of conflict within you. Okay? This low priestess wants you to doubt your intuition. They want you to like get into some type of, see, the swords is communications, it's the mind. They want you to try to get into some type of maybe some type of argument with them, some type of, you know, battle of the words or whatever. Somebody is trying to zap your energy, HP, in reverse with the Five of Swords, Seven of Swords surrounding energy. Somebody wants you to go against your intuitive energy, your inner knowing, and fight with them, argue with them, or, you know, get into some type of, I don't know, some kind of secret battle. Bottom of the deck here is the World in the upright position, Saturn energy. Don't do it. Don't do it. You might be on the good side of karma right now, okay? And, you know, one of the things that happens here when you are on the good side of karma and things are about to change for the better in your life, the enemy will send out minions. The enemy will body jump to different people to try to get to you, to try to get you off your throne, to try to get you off your square. You know what I'm saying? And this is not the time for that. You're on the good side of things, okay? Whatever somebody is coming at you towards, bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's not the truth. Somebody wants you to fight for a lie. Somebody wants you to fight for something that's not even true. Don't do it. Okay? That's how they trick you about your spot. That's how the enemy, one of the ways that energy vampires can zap energy from you is arguing. Five of Swords. Is conflict. Five of Swords. Hey, HP3. That's one of the ways that the enemy can zap your energy, can get you to doubt your intuition. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, this could be somebody that's trying to get you to deny the truth of what you know. You know, don't allow this right now. All right? You have a good cycle of coming into your life at this time. Don't allow the words or the conflicts of others to take you up out of your intuitive energy. Spirit is telling me this is something you have beat out. So this is something that's happened to you before in the past and you could have succumbed to it, but not this time around. With the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, Wheel of Fortune, that might come out. But with the World card in the upright position, this is something that Spirit is saying, like, you know, that cycle is closed out here and you're not going to succumb to that anymore. Make sure, even check in with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Check in with yourself too. Because while it's easy to blame others, and sometimes it can be external energy, sometimes you have to check in with yourself too. Like thinking with the sword energy, and you see the sword here, even in the World card, it's like thinking, like, who in my business? Yes, it was, Lisa. You already know. You know, somebody could be trying to, like, you could get into this mental conflict with yourself where With the Ace of Swords in reverse, you don't know what's true. And that could be projection from this low priestess, okay? You know, a lot of the times the way energy vampires take your energy or zap you or switch energy with you is by arguments, is by untruths. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, you cannot allow that to penetrate you right now with this World card, okay? All right, let's see. Oh, HP3. I was trying to tell you last on Wednesday. I received your gift on Wednesday. Thank you for the beautiful Oracle deck. You already know we're going to use it on the channel. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yeah. Three of Swords in reverse. This is something you have beat out. So there's going to be a circumstance that takes place in your life, right? It's going to be a circumstance that represents itself through a different vessel. All right. Now, last time you could have played with fire. This time you're not with the Three of Swords in reverse. This time you're not falling for the same tricks. This time you're not putting your heart in something only for it to get broken or only for it to be trampled on. You know, there could be somebody who wants to play on your heart, but what Spirit is showing me here is that your heart is protected. There's somebody who doesn't move in emotion. There's somebody with the swords in reverse, and Three of Swords in reverse, they move with logic. So if this isn't you, I encourage you to be that person, because the heart can be a treacherous thing, okay? And sometimes the heart can play tricks on you, making you think that whatever you feel is actually what's happening, making you think that whatever, you know, the lower aspect of your emotions is feeling is what's truly going on, but it's not with the Ace of Swords in reverse, okay? So this is a time to be very wise when it comes to your feelings and your thoughts. This is a time for you to make a head over heart decision. And we are still within the full moon and Cancer energy. Shout out to my Cancers. I love y'all. But you have to look at this in a different perspective. Somebody could have been holding a grudge with you for a long time, and it's just now surfacing. And it could, with the Five of Swords, hey sis, I haven't forgot about you, girl. I just been so busy. I promise we're gonna touch bases this week. You know, somebody could be trying to like play on your emotions due to some type of resentment they've been holding, and they want you to feel that. They want you to act out in that. And if you act out in that, that's how they're gonna zap your energy. All right, let's see. I want to clarify this Ace of Swords in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, listen, this is what's happening. You guys are about to achieve a goal. This is something that started as a small seed inside of your mind, inside of you. You're about to achieve the goal. Greetings to you from Texas. There's some lies that you're gonna have to allow to stand. Okay? Tell my niece I love her, and I wanna we'll talk. You're going to have to allow some lies to stand, okay, gang? But you don't have anything to worry about. Hold on, gang. All right, I'm back. Okay, so you're going to have to allow some lies to stand. And the reason I say that is because with the world coming out in the upright position for you, you're crossing over to a new threshold. Hey, Kate. So you're going to have to allow some lies to stand. You know, um nothing beats the lie but the truth. So with the page of pentacles in the upright position, it's like your energy is going to speak the truth for you. So with this ace of swords in reverse that's behind you, allow the lies to play out behind you while the truth is in your hand. Okay? Let's see here. Period. Bottom of the deck. Hey, Billie Jean. Bottom of the deck here, you have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright position. Okay, so allow the lies to stand while you carry on with your plan. Bars. Okay, so yes, people have misconstrued ideas about whatever your plan is. But with the Knight of Pentacles in the upright position, your plan is solid. All you have to do with the Page of Pentacles is just stay focused. All you have to do is just pour whatever energy you have into the plan, not into defending the lies here. The Ace of Swords in reverse is clarified here by the Five of Wands. So the lie, thank you, Spirit. The lie is going to defeat itself, baby. Okay? You stick to the plan. The plan is golden. The plan is successful. The plan will succeed. With the world card, talks about success. It talks about commemorating new memories, good things happening, things going, old cycles ending so new ones can begin. You have to stay focused at this time. Don't look back to defend yourself from lies when the plan that's in front of you is evolving. The page going to the Knight, that's evolution. So the plan is unfolding. That's all you need to be focused on at this time. Yeah, bottom of the After Tarot deck here, you have the Eight of Cups. So you successfully have walked away from something that could have been standing in the way of the plan. Hey, All Eyes, I miss you. Oh, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back in the States. So carry on. Period. Look what comes out with the Eight of Cups. After Tarot, Knight of Pentacles. Keep moving. Keep pushing. The plan is going to work. The plan is going to work. Have no fucking fear. Nine of Swords in reverse. Have no fear. Don't bring anxiety into your plan. See, one of the things I've always told you guys, whether you hear me or not, is that when you're working on a plan, you cannot bring anxiety into the plan. You cannot bring fear consciousness into the plan. You cannot bring a lack mindset into the plan. You can't bring scarcity into the plan. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, somebody is learning how to conquer their fears. Somebody is learning how to conquer and tame the anxiety within them. A small example. Have you ever been like trying to get something done and it's a lot of stuff going on? Five of Wands, right? You know, and you find yourself dropping your keys, spilling stuff because you rushing, you knocking stuff over that's important. You like that's that anxious energy that you can't introduce into the plan ever. And if you know you having one of those moments, you're gonna have to sit down and collect yourself. Nine of Swords in reverse. But do not allow any anxiety into the plan. No doubt. Okay? Hey, Shay. Yeah, you got to sit down and take those deep breaths and talk yourself down. Sometimes you got to talk yourself off a ledge. And it doesn't, being that way doesn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes a lot of healing. It takes a lot of course redirection to do that. It takes a lot of self-talk to do that. But you guys, you can do it. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, you can absolutely do it. Okay? Because you've got the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands out here. Let's clarify this a little further. So this is external energy here that could be trying to get you to introduce anxiety or fear. God's plan, period, Billie Jean. This is like, this could be external factors trying to, you know, because I'm going to tell you what happens. Once you start to get grounded and once you start to become fearless, the enemy doesn't like that. The enemy needs you in a state of chaos like them. They need you in a state of conflict like them. You know, like when people come to me for spiritual work, they're going through a lot and I get it. And, you know, sometimes people want me to panic like them. Sometimes people want me to be fear and worry like them, but I can't introduce that into me. Like, I'm never going to panic, period. I'm never going to panic. Like, you cannot panic. Just because everybody around you is in panic and in fear and in conflict and in worry, you cannot allow yourself to be drawn into that energy or you will lose sight of the plan. And that's what the enemy wants. The enemy is running out of chosen people to absorb right now. HP3, did you hear me? Thank you for my gift, babe. The enemy wants you to be in a state of panic, in a state of fear. The enemy hates to see you stoic and in control and in charge of your mind and your emotions. Those are the two things that we need to really solidify within this spiritual warfare that we're in. Our mind and our heart, our emotions. Okay? That's what the enemy wants, but we cannot give them that. What is this Five of Swords, Five of Wands, please, Spirit? Now, what'll happen is when you're not in a state of panic and fear like everyone else, you will get called so many names. You will get called heartless. You will be, you know, things will be said like, oh, maybe you don't care or you're not taking stuff serious. But that's not the truth. You have the Four of Pentacles coming out in the upright position. You're holding on to important energy because you see this Grim Reaper. You know that the moment you let go of your faculties, the moment you release control of yourself, your constitution, your everything, they know that, you know, that's when they can come in and sweep you away. You realize this. And so you're holding on to all your energy, as you should. I made a tweet a few months back saying that highly intuitive people, spiritualists, people who are sensitive to energy, all of those things, you're going to have to start gatekeeping. The Four of Pentacles, you're going to have to start gatekeeping your energy. You're going to have to start gatekeeping your thoughts, your emotions. It's going to be very important. The timeline we are on within this spiritual warfare is to trigger your emotions. We're in a timeline where they are looking for emotional reactions. They're looking for um what do you say? Thank you. Irrational responses. They're looking for you to react than respond in an intelligent, you know, solid way. The Four of Pentacles is ruled by the planet Saturn. Saturn is very disciplined, very cold. So that's why I'm saying you might be coming across that way, but you can see the bigger picture. What you have to respect here is that everybody doesn't have your fucking vision. Everybody doesn't have your intuition. Everybody doesn't have whatever clair that you operate through. Everybody doesn't have that. So when you can see the bigger picture of things, you have to act as such. Yeah, any response is an energy exchange. But you can see the bigger picture. This is why with the Four of Pentacles, even though there's chaos or confrontation or competition or conflict going on around you, you're holding tight here. You have to remain in this position. I encourage you to remain in this position so the enemy cannot trick you about your spot. All right, let's see. They can't trick you about your spot. Look at here. Lovers in the upright position with the Ten of Wands in reverse. They can't trick you about your spot. See, somebody may be trying to represent or represent some type of burden onto you that you've already dealt with. And logically speaking, gang, have you ever went through something, right? You went through something, maybe it could have been a long ass time ago. And then you move on with the lovers, you in a different place, different contracts in your life, whatever. And then somebody comes along or a situation presents itself and it reminds you of something you went through prior to this. You're already well aware of how to handle it. You have the Judgment in the upright position. You're well aware of how to handle it. And you're going to handle it in the correct way. This isn't to say that the enemy won't, still try to trick you, but you have to use solid judgment at this time. You can't allow anything. I'm telling you, don't let nothing shake you. Be unshakable. You have the major arcana of the lovers, major arcana of the Judgment on your side right now, with the Ten of Wands in reverse. Some of you guys are going to start to realize in your life where you was carrying shit that wasn't even yours and internalizing it, and it could have been affecting you either mentally, spiritually, or emotionally. And now with the Judgment, you're calling judgment on that. You're calling judgment on anybody who or anything who has been a burden on you, an unnecessary burden with the Ten of Wands in reverse. You're calling judgment on bullshit, bottom line, as you should. Because with the lovers in the upright, you're going into new contracts in your life. You're ready for new relationships. You're ready for new connections. You're ready for new unions. Like you've completed something here. Where's that card? Yeah, you've completed something with the World card. It's almost like a graduation of sorts. And with the Judgment, it's like you've completed something even with high honor. When you don't really know that people have done on themselves, you know, and I'm being real with you. Like, some people used to be like crazy as fuck. Like, some people used to pop off, some people used to fight at the drop of a hat, some people used to cuss you out at the drop of a hat, some people used to allow themselves to be easily triggered at the drop of a hat, but that's not you anymore. And when people are entering your life, they don't know the work that you've done on yourself to become solid, to use better judgment. And it's not for them to know. It's not up to you to explain why you're not repeating certain cycles anymore. The growth and the lesson is all for you. Okay? All right. Let's see. What do you have for the HPs, please, Spirit? Four of Cups in the upright position. So, HP, I don't want you to feel guilty for not caring about certain shit, okay? There's just some things with the Four of Cups that you're bored with, that you're over with. You know, like, it's almost as if, like, you know the telltale signs of something. Say you get somebody number or something like that. You can already feel the energy around how the first conversation is going to go. You can kind of like feel the vibe. Like, I feel like you're turning down a lot of offers right now because you have your own shit set up that you're offering yourself. Sometimes you got to offer shit to yourself. And I feel like the things that you are offering yourself outweighs anything somebody else could be offering you. And so you may be coming across as maybe disinterested, even detached, like we talked about earlier. And that's fine. You don't have to accept anything you don't want. And so one thing I don't want you guys to do, because I try not to be like biased and gash y'all up, but one thing I don't want you guys to do is to doubt yourself. If something just doesn't sit well with you, you have a right to refuse it. You have a right to be like, nah, I'm good. You know, you can say that. It's fine. You know, what is this, please, Spirit? What is this, Four of Cups, please? That's right. Yeah, the moon after tarot. See? Because you know something already. You possibly know how something's going to play out. Therefore, you're disinterested in it. You know. You know. You know. But you know what I mean. Like, you already know the secrets. We talk about the after tarot with the moon here. The secrets have already been revealed to you. It could be something you've lived in the past timeline. You know what I mean? Bottom of the deck here, Wheel of Fortune. And I said Wheel of Fortune accidentally when we're talking about the world. Stay on the good side of karma right now. And I'm talking about inside of interpersonal relationships. Even with the animals here, how you treat animals, how you treat, you know, it really has nothing to do with the external world like that. But like, what I'm saying is, like, don't strive to harm anyone. Don't strive to like be manipulative to anyone. Like, just stay on the right side of things with the Wheel of Fortune. Because the Wheel of Fortune talks about that good side of karma that I felt like you were on earlier. Now, some of you guys, You may be having like this inkling feeling like, yo, something good about to happen. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon, you may be feeling like, yo, something good about to happen. I can't quite yet put my finger on it. I don't know which direction it's coming from, but something good about to happen. Like some of you guys can feel that in your soul with the Moon. Even if it's just small with the Four of Cups. Like some of you guys just know, like, nah, something good is about to happen. Something good is about to come out of everything that you've been planning and doing and enduring. Even if it's just like a mustard seed of faith, of hope. It's like you can feel it. And Spirit is like, okay, cling to that. Amplify that. Capitalize on that feeling. It's your own with the Moon. It's your own feeling. It has nothing to do with anyone else. And you need to claim that, embody that, so that it can meet you. All right, let's see here. Period. King of Wands. Embody that confidence. That confidence here. With the King of Wands clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, embody that confidence. Period, Kate. Embody that. Like, no. Because see, I don't know if I've told you this before, but the King of Wands is like a wizard. The King of Wands is like very skilled in magic, as is the Queen of Wands. You need to have a lot of confidence going forward right now that there is something good about to happen. The wheel is about to turn in your favor. You need to set that intention over your life. Even when you don't feel like it. You have to do it. Because sometimes the King of Wands is very skilled at faking it till they make it. So it's time for you to like really bring in that energy. Like, nah, like claim that shit, own it. Speak life into your plans. Speak life. I know this gonna work, cause ain't no other way. I got faith. Like you gotta talk into your plans, talk into yourself, talk into your life like that, talk into your energy like that. That defeats the enemy straight up. You can't sit around and just be feeling like everything about to go to shit. Everything always about to fail. You're gonna manifest that into reality. And one of the things I like to point out is that people always like, well, I'm psychic. Well, I'm a magician. I'm a high priestess. I'm this, I'm that. But all they speak into their life is doubt and fear and worry and panic. And then they wonder why that's all that keeps manifesting. And then it makes you wonder, are you manifesting that? Or is that what's really supposed to line up? When the tongue is a sword. When the tongue it can bring life or death. Be very mindful of the self-talk. The thoughts. I'm telling you, that shit is tricky with the Moon and the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Some people's biggest enemy is their mind. And they don't want to hear that because it has to be something external. It can't be them because they're perfect. They would never think themselves into a hole. But some people do with the Seven of Swords. Some people actually do think themselves into a terrible situation. And that's not your story. All right, let's see here. Bottom of the deck, Hermit in the upright position. You're so much wiser now. Listen to wisdom. Listen to wisdom, not to fear. Okay? Fear is loud. Fear is like that loud person in the room that's always talking about how big and bad they are and how they gonna do this to that person, and how they gonna put that person in a jar, and how they the biggest baddest on campus. That's fear. Fear is loud and reckless and obnoxious, right? Strength is silent. It's the hermit. It's the wheel of fortune. So like you choose. See, and then that brings me to another theory. Sometimes when you're not loud and boisterous and acting arrogant and haughty, people think you scary, you weak, and all of that. But that's not true with the hermit and the wheel of fortune. You're wise. You're a fortunate being. So why would you carry yourself other than that? You know what I'm saying? You know how they say, I've heard some people say that rich is loud and wealth is quiet. And I agree with that to a certain extent, but I'm going to use that analogy for this right here with the hermit and the wheel of fortune. You don't even really see the hermit. You don't even hear from the hermit. But the hermit is looking at this wheel of fortune, surrounding energy. The hermit is someone who's fortunate because they're wise. And with wisdom, you know how to utilize your energy and your time and your thoughts. So maybe some of you guys are hermits just naturally, you know? Maybe you just naturally like a quiet person, or maybe you just naturally like a person who is not always on the scene, not always talking about what they have, not always, being loud and boisterous. That's the hermit. It's okay to be that way. And you have to be that way and allow others to assume. Allow them to assume that you're broke, that you have nothing, that you don't know anything, that allow them to assume that. But with the major arcana of the hermit and the wheel of fortune here, that's far beyond the truth. And with the king of wands here, this is somebody that's like, you put them in the arena of the things that they know and they gonna shine every fucking time. This is like, I learned what an underdog was when I was a little girl, because my great aunt would always watch football. And when she would watch football, she'd be like, or I'm going for the underdog. And I remember one time I was like, what's the underdog mean? And she said the underdog is the person that, or the team rather, that people feel like doesn't have a chance, can never win. I'm going for them. And every time she said that, guess who would win? The underdog. So you've been in a season of being the underdog, probably all your life. Probably right now, people counting you out. Oh, you ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna make it over this. Right? You might be the underdog. But that's okay. With the hermit and the wheel of fortune, you will succeed, because it's so funny. It's such a conundrum to me, because people always look at certain people and judge them surface level, face value, what they are and what they aren't broadcasting or showing off, and that's how they deem your worth. Fuck them and their deeming. But anyway, people may have deemed you the underdog because you're not flashy, because you're not loud, because you're not like all on the scene or whatever. But that don't mean nothing, baby. This is the season of the underdog. I'm telling you. This is the season. Yeah, bottom of the deck here. Major arcana, the strength. You want to know why the underdog has so much strength? It's because they've been counted out so many times. So you know what the underdog does when they've been counted out, when they've been outcasted, when people don't want to show them nothing, teach them nothing, bring them in. The underdog becomes the hermit. And what does the hermit do? The hermit studies, analyzes. The hermit represents, in the major arcana, the sign of Virgo. And Virgo's motto in astrology is I analyze. So when people count you out, when people discard you, you analyze. And so what happens when you analyze and you research and you learn? You are equipped with so much knowledge, Wheel of Fortune. And the wands, the king of wands, represents action. And so you allow people to count you out, but when it's time to show up and show out, that's when the king of wands comes in. And they're going to put all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding they have on the line at that moment. And then everybody's going to be looking at you like, oh, well, I thought because they wasn't and I was. And everybody's going to be so surprised by what you know. Bottom of the deck is the Tower. Everybody's going to be so surprised that the underdog was actually the one all the time. The underdog was actually the very fortunate one. The underdog was actually the very strong one. Right? Justice in reverse. With the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then they also realize in that exact moment that they misjudged you. That they came against you unjustly. Baby, it's all about show and prove, okay? That's it. Not show and prove to anybody else, but show and prove to yourself. You sit back and you let people count you out, okay? You sit back with the Ace of Swords in reverse. You let the lies fly. Go ahead. Let it. But it's going to be a very shocking revelation here. With the Justice in reverse, Knight of Swords, Tower. Okay, it's going to be a very shocking revelation for those that have counted you out, deemed you unworthy, deemed you naive, the underdog, stupid, whatever. Whole time, period. Thank you, Spirit. Whole time, you've got the Eight of Pentacles in the upright with the Ten of Cups. You've been working on your own personal happiness. Fuck what everybody else got to say. You've been learning your fucking craft while everybody is running around in chaos and trying to be number one and trying to outshine and trying to act a goddamn fool and be seen. You've been in hermit mode. Eight of Pentacles, working on your personal happiness, working on your own abundance, working on your own joy. And that's exactly what you're about to achieve. So with the Five of Wands here and the Five of Swords, while everybody was linking up to slander, backstab, we haven't seen the Ten of Swords, but I guarantee I feel it. While all of that was going on, you was in hermit mode. You probably been in hermit mode, just like watching like people lie on you or say things about you or put you in shit you ain't never even been near. Put you in shit you ain't never said or did. You just been in hermit mode working. And it's comical with the Ten of Cups. It's comical because at the bottom of the deck here we have the King of Swords in reverse. All this is coming from a liar. And you have to laugh, shrug it off, and keep it pushing. With the Eight of Pentacles. Let them have their lies. Let them slander. Let them play the game. You on a different level with the Hermit. And this just may be your villain error. You know why it's your villain error? It's your villain error because you put up with a lot of shit behind the scenes with the Moon and the Strength card. And you know what's crazy? With the Justice in reverse, motherfuckers will sit up and judge you, this, and that. They got their little punk-ass opinions and perceptions of you. And they don't even know what you survived. They could care less, first of all. Let's be clear. Never try to appeal to the empathy or sympathy of the enemy. They do not give a fuck about what you overcame. They do not give a fuck about what you've been through. They don't give a fuck about who died in your family. If you lost your car, lost your job, lost your home. They don't give a fuck about none of that. Do not ever try to appeal to the senselessness of the enemy. They don't see any of that. They don't give a fuck about. They're happy of that. You ever told somebody some shit done happened to you that's traumatic and you hear a smile in their voice over the phone? Or you see a smirk or a gleam in their eye? Motherfuckers can't wait for you to tell them some bad shit happened to you. Because they think that's going to be your moment of weakness where they can jump in and plant a seed. Or they can jump in and create some type of codependency between the two of you. That's why you never expose your weaknesses. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about what you going through. They be glad. They be glad you got problems. Because they like, oh, the first thing they think, and they feel so righteous in this thought is, oh, so I'm not the only one going through something. Other people suffering too. Okay, now I feel better. And that could be comforting for some people. But for someone like me, even if I am going through something hurtful and painful, I don't want nobody else to feel that shit. That's probably why I don't tell motherfuckers shit. Because I don't want nobody else to, I don't want to bring nobody into my pain or my sadness. Like I may talk to you guys every now and then about, I have talked to you guys about the loss of family members and stuff, but for the most part, you got to kind of keep shit to yourself sometimes. Because you could be talking right to the very person, High Priestess in reverse, that is wishing that shit on you. And all they need is a moment of your weakness to execute the attack even stronger. That's why you gotta use discernment. You know who you can talk to. You know you can say shit to. You know you can say shit to that ain't rooting for you to fail. And we're living in a time, gang, where people want empathy, but they don't know how to embody that. People want consolence. They want all of this, but they don't know how to embody that. People want grace, but they don't give grace. People want patience, but they don't embody patience. People do not embody the shit that they run around saying that they want. And then when they run across a motherfucker that really embodies that, instead of being grateful, they'll try to drag you into their misery. But you've worked too hard with the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups on your own happiness to allow that to happen. All right? Yeah. You have the Emperor here after Tarot coming out in the upright position. Somebody has realized, like, hold on. I create my own happiness. The Eight of Pentacles is a creator, a builder. Somebody's like, I create my own happiness. And that's when you stop looking for people to validate you or people to love you more than you love yourself type shit. I know that sounds so romantic. Oh, they love me more than I love me. Pause. You might want to run that back with yourself. Don't ever give nobody that much power over you. Ever in your fucking life. And Spirit just said, don't you ever get no joint account, bank account with no damn body. All right. So with the Emperor here, Major Arcana, you're realizing like, nah, if somebody gonna ask you, why you so happy? Where you get that happiness from? You could not even be fucking on nobody, dating nobody, seeing nobody. But it's just something inside of you with the Emperor. You created some happiness within. And you know the haters or the misery ass people gonna be like, oh, they must be in a relationship because they happy. They must be getting something because they dressing up or they stepping out. Like, people sit back and try to pick apart other people's lives. It's so disgusting to me. Like, people will just sit back and watch your life and via 3-minute expressions. Because now everybody just sitting on the internet thinking they know everybody. That's why I be telling y'all to stay away from parasocial ass relationships where people just think that they in good with you or they know your whole life because y'all know each other on the internet. Man, please. You can be anybody you want to behind these screens. There might be people who just kind of start feeling like, oh, they know why you happy. Oh, they know why you feeling away, why you, they don't know. They don't fucking know. What is this, please? Three of Wands in the upright position. Your ships are arriving, baby. I'm telling you. Your ships are arriving. Bottom of the deck, Magician in the upright. Yo, if some of you guys are doing some work right now, period. That's all I'm going to say. Period. Because there, you know, I don't really like motherfuckers cross-watching, trying to find out what's going on in somebody else's fucking life. So I don't really like putting y'all business out there like that. Because nosy motherfuckers love to be in the space you in. Hear what you hearing. You know what I'm saying? So they can try to come in and intervene and shit like that. I don't really respect that. I feel like go get your own fucking message. Stop trying to hijack other people's messages. Stop trying to get into other people's space and know what's going on in other people's life. Figure your own fucking self out. Hey, Menacing Squirrel. So with the Magician in the upright here, clarifying the Three of Wands, just know this is time to manifest some shit. This is time to bring some shit in, okay? Bottom of the deck here is the Tower in reverse. Yeah. It's a lot of backfiring going on right now. I'm telling you straight up. Tower in reverse is clarified here by the Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's a lot of backfiring going on. Somebody could have tried to infiltrate your mind with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody could, you know, the Queen of Swords in reverse says a lot of bitter ass, hating ass shit. You know, they lie on people. They lie in your face. The Queen of Pentacles is a hater too. They always trying to block somebody bag. They always trying to use somebody, trying to exploit somebody. You know what I'm saying? So this is why Spirit is telling you to be in hermit mode, magician mode. You know what I'm saying? This is a very high time for you. This is a very high time for you. And just, you need to just be mindful. Be mindful. All right? Let's see, what is this? Yeah, Three of Cups. Watch the company you keep, too. Watch the company you keep with this surrounding ass energy. Watch the company you keep. People who like, hey, nah. Somebody only like to be around people who are less fortunate than them. Somebody only like to be around people who are not as smart as them. Who don't have as much material shit. Somebody is very surface level. Somebody keeps a lot of very surface level friendships and shit around him. Somebody keeps a lot of like, yeah. What is this? King of Swords in reverse. They're very male-centered, too. For some reason, no, it ain't. Thank you, Spirit. They know for some fucking reason. Whoever these Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, they attract King of Swords in reverse, right? So let me explain to you how this is a trickling down. They put themselves in situations around people who they deem are unworthy, who they deem are less than them, who they can outshine, people they backstab, talk about, right? This is how they treat their friendships and even like sisters, closest people to them. They attract this same type of energy in lovers, okay? So this could be somebody that's like shady, always talking behind people back, always like trying to like undercut their friends or family, or always trying to like, one up people. They attract lovers that's in the same energy. But the crazy thing is they don't know how to see the whole scope of things. They don't realize that like this is how I treat my friends, this is how I treat my family. This is why I'm attracting this type of lover. Because with the King of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this is somebody that's very male-centered. So the way they treat their friends and family is the type of lovers that show up in their life. But they're going to be the victim because they feel like they don't deserve that. But that's what they're putting out. So somebody like, why I keep... You know what I'm saying? Well, how you treating your interpersonal relationships? How are you treating the people that show up for you? Because the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is going to use you every time. They're going to exploit you. All right, let's move forward. All right, so what's this tower that HP has averted, please, Spirit? What is this tower they've gotten away from? Can you show me, please? Hangman, being stuck. Being in compromising positions. Being in situations to where you see how his crown chakra is illuminated, being in situations to where your intuition isn't respected. One of the things that I had looked at when it comes to social media and how it had merged with spirituality is that like there's a lot of highly gifted and intuitive people on the internet, and they put that out there. But one thing they're not sometimes taking into account, maybe they have a different belief system or practice or whatever, is that at the same time as you're showing what you know, you're also casting your pearls to swine. A lot of the times, the crown chakra illumination, which represents the intuition, is not respected because it's so freely given. It's used as like a distraction from people's daily life. A lot of people ask me why I'm not online every day, posting every day. I used to a lot back in the day. Around like 2016, 17, 18, you could have saw me online all day, every day, just giving away my downloads, just talking about everything Spirit had to say. And then, everybody got different relationships with their spirit team, but my spirit team sat me down and was like, that's not the way. That's the way you drain yourself. That's the way you invite the enemy in. That's the way you bring unnecessary attention to your gifts. See, they're gifts. Gifts are things to be what? Kept sacred. And then it's like, oh, well, your gifts will make room for you. Yes, they will. Your gifts will always make room for you, but you still have to protect them. You still have to use your gifts in moderation. That's why I'm quiet. A lot of you guys you're not familiar with me from the time when I was extremely active. So you might see me now like, oh, Ori only go live like 3 times a week. I used to I got so many posts and tweets from like early 2000s where I was telling people shit that was going to happen. I was always like putting my gifts out there for consumption. And my spirit guides didn't appreciate that. Everybody's spirit guides is different. So I can't say somebody is wrong or right for doing that. But what I can say is that there's going to be a massive relaxation that comes in for highly intuitive people. it's a beautiful thing that our gifts will make room for us, but we still have to treat our gifts as sacred. Your gifts are a muscle. You have days where you work out and you have days where you recover from that workout. And that's the same way you have to utilize your spiritual muscle, your spiritual gift. So, it's not all about exposure or hurrying up and being seen or liked and having a gang of people pulling on you. I don't even like to be bothered, to keep it a buck. Like, as far as like people just trying to pull on me whenever they feel like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like arguing. I don't like yelling. I know I talk loud on the lives because I want to make sure everybody can hear me, but on everything I love, for the most part, I'm quiet as fuck throughout the whole day. I might not say shit. My pets be looking at me like, when you gonna talk, bitch? Like, for the most part, I'm extremely quiet. But, that's just me. Everybody is different. But I'm telling you, Spirit is about to make everybody relax and rest and recharge and restore. Exposure is a beautiful thing, but all in moderation. All in moderation. And another thing that people don't respect about spiritual energy, now the hangman represents Pisces. Pisces rules the 12th house. The 12th house is another spiritual house. The mystery. Pisces are very psychic, very intuitive when they are evolved. Okay? You can't drain your spiritual and your intuitive muscle or your intuitive essence and gift in the cup just to be seen. That's not what it's always about. With the Tower in reverse, your intuitive energy is sometimes just for you to avert certain things, to get away from trouble, to get away from things that could destroy you. It's not always just supposed to be up for consumption for everybody else. Now, there are going to be times when Spirit gives you a burst of energy and you're going to hit the ground running. You might have a good 5 days where Spirit is like, do this, say this, present this, boom. And then you may have another 7 days where Spirit be like, okay, now lay your ass down and be quiet and be easy. And you have to listen to both. You have to. Because one thing, when you overusing your intuitive muscle, your core will be weak. You will be drained. So you got to always be mindful of that. All right, let's see. And I'm telling you straight up, what I'm saying to you is not taking from no other spiritualist, because to be 100, I don't know any other spiritualist. Personally, parasocially, over the phone, none of that. I don't know nobody. So don't fucking be trying to make this shit fit somewhere that it don't. I'm telling you my experience. You're going to have your own experience. I can't speak your experience because I'm not in you experiencing shit with you. I'm just saying what my guys have shown me. All right, let's see. Yeah. Judgment in reverse with the Ace of Swords in the upright position. If you have chosen not to give somebody like a second chance, or to not breathe life into something that has run its course in your life, you made the right decision with the Ace of Swords in the upright. Some of you guys have made the decision like, yo, I'm not doing that again. I'm not going back there again. I'm not experiencing that again. I'm not giving a person, place, or a thing another time to disappoint me. You made the right decision. And you're going to have to stand on business. And then you're going to also have to decipher with the Ace of Swords and the Judgment in reverse. You're going to also have to decipher when something is just for you. because we see the crown chakra illuminated again, because if you look at the Ace of Swords, there's a crown on top of this sword. And the swords represent the mind and the communication. So your crown chakra is being illuminated by shit that you have let completely die. Some of y'all might look around and be like, damn, I ain't did that in a minute. That ain't triggered me in a minute. I ain't talked to so-and-so in a minute. I ain't thought about such and such or this or that in a minute. Like, it's gonna be illuminated to you, and that's gonna show you how far you've come by the shit that you allowed to die away and not breathe life into. It's gonna show you your evolution as a spirit. You're gonna be like, damn, I ain't even thought about doing that in a minute. Like, and you're gonna feel like, yeah, I'm glad like I took life away from that. What is this, please? Period. Ten of Pentacles in the upright position. Some of you might even be like, damn, ever since I ain't been doing that, I've been saving more money. Ever since ain't been doing that or giving life to that, I've had more energy. Some of you are definitely might be thinking about some shit like that. Or like, ever since I stopped doing that, you know? Something that you are not going to breathe life into anymore is going to bring you more abundance in your life. You have the Queen of Wands in the upright position with the Three of Swords in reverse again. It's just some losses you don't have to take anymore. You don't have to. Somebody is like, I'm self-governed. I like the Queen of Wands in this energy with the Ten of Pentacles surrounding it, because it's like somebody has really tapped into like their essence, their fire, even their beauty. Like, somebody is like feeling themselves completely, and I love it. I want you to be in that energy. Feel yourself. You've played small, or you played the back seat because you had to, because spirit was learning you. So you had to. But now, Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, like I told you, when I told you that shit, when we had the King of Wands, I said it's time to show up and show out. Come for your legacy. Come for that generational wealth. No fear. The Queen of Wands is fearless in this position. The surety with the Three of Swords in reverse again, like, yeah, nah. I'm not losing this. I feel like somebody about to just go hard. Like, somebody got this attitude like right now. Like, what's a loss? What's a loss but an opportunity to do it better? Like, somebody is just like really like on they shit. Like, somebody sees losses as another chance to like make it better with the Ten of Pentacles. This the energy I want to see you in. This why I be talking shit, because this is what you need to be on. This is the type of time you own. This your season. How long we been working? Psh, bitch, can't nobody take nothing from us. They can't take that. Nah. We've been putting in work. What is this, please? And that shit has been hard. Shit ain't easy. Period. I love you, Spirit. I fucking love you. Look what came out. Seven of Pentacles in the upright. And I just said we've been putting in work. Period. Been putting in work. And look at him looking down at the seas. He got the whole hoe in his hand. pause. He got the hoe in his hand, and he looking at the seeds like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But I feel the energy like somebody looking at the seeds like, nah, they gotta pop. I did everything right. I got the right soil. I got the right this. I got the right environment. You know, like somebody like, nah. Somebody's confident with the Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords in reverse. Somebody's like confident like that. This time, oh no, this shit gonna work. This shit, it can't go no other way. What is this, please? Period. This shit right here. This shit right here. All right. So you have the Queen of Wands in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in the upright. I know y'all probably be like, man, Ori readings be like an emotional roller coaster because 1 minute is just vibe, okay? Just vibe. You got the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. I'm telling you, they counted you out. They counted you out, but the whole time you was the Queen of Wands in the upright. Ten of Pentacles twice? Somebody really thought, this is so crazy when you look at it. Because look, you had the after tarot, Queen of Wands in the upright, Ten of Pentacles in the upright, right? Then this energy come out and it's the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. Somebody really thought like them trying to like mimic your energy signature. Them trying to like show up wherever you show up, do whatever you do, dress like you, think like you, talk like you, act like you. That was going to get them their Ten of Pentacles too. But they ain't so happy about it now. You know why? Because one of the things that happens, and this is spiritual law, all right? And members, if y'all ain't seen, I did a spiritual law video on the members lounge. But by spiritual law, you start trying to covet somebody's spirit. You ain't thought about doing something until you seen somebody else doing something. Now, there's a thing called inspiration. We not talking about that. Okay, so pause on that and don't be trying to be like, well, I'm just, no, we talking about something totally different with the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is someone who will try to mimic your energy signature. You cannot mimic anybody's energy signature. I'm telling you, it does not work. It will not work. And you will find yourself, Queen of Wands in reverse, extremely frustrated, envious, self-loathing, doubting, being a covetous spirit, trying to do that. Trying to mimic somebody else's abundance. You cannot do that. And it will drain you, it will frustrate you, and you will end up hating the very object of what you're trying to mimic. And you know what else will happen? You know what else will happen? Everything that person had to sacrifice, suffer through, and go through, since you want to mimic their energy signature and be a coveting spirit, guess what spirit gonna do? They're gonna give you all their trials and tribulations too. Oh, you want what they have? You want to be like them? You want to be seen like them? Felt like them? Looked at like them? Let me give you all the pain, all the loss, all the trauma, all the L's this person had to take to get to be who the fuck they are, that you trying to destroy, and you trying to make them leave behind that so you can take it over. Let me give you all the pain they had. And then simultaneously, let me put this person in their winning season. So now you double hurt, double mad. So you try to covet somebody. You try to copy and paste somebody's energy signature. And watch how your ass start going through weird ass trials and tribulations that you never even thought would come across your path. It's because you wanted somebody else's life, right? You wanted to switch destinies with somebody, right? You wanted to be seen the way somebody else is, right? You wanted to be received the way somebody else is received. You wanted to have the type of love life so-and-so had. But you didn't even know behind the scenes, they getting dogged out, paying for everything, getting no love, console, compassion, nothing in return. Like, you got to be careful what you out here coveting and asking for it just because this shit is on the fucking screen on your phone. These are real spirits. Like, people take everything I say so fucking personal, but I deal with spirits. I listen to spirits. There's a spirit of everything. There's a spirit of envy, a spirit of coveting, there's a spirit of anxiety, there's a spirit for every motherfucking thing wandering around here looking for a host. And as soon as you allow the unevolved parts of you to be open to that, that spirit gonna have a field day with your ass and gonna turn you every which way but loose. And don't let you be trying to covet a motherfucker or copy and paste another motherfucker's energy signature. You gonna be mad at the object of what you trying to copy and paste when spirits start whooping your ass the same way they whoop that person ass to get where they are. See, everybody ain't gonna get up on the internet and tell you how spirit whooped their ass to get them to where they are or what they have to endure and all this. People ain't gonna do that. They don't have to. It ain't your fucking business. But if you not minding your own spiritual business, if you not in alignment with your own journey, your own path, you be sitting up and comparison is the thief of joy. And you'll be sitting up coveting somebody, evil eyeing them, trying to figure out how they got this and this and that. And then before you know it, you done fell into the enemy's trap. And some people didn't even come here and ask for that pain, that suffrage. They didn't ask for that. They didn't ask to be long suffering. They fell into that shit. Ten of Pentacles can also talk about generational secrets and things like that. People coming out of generational curses and shit, and you sitting around coveting whatever you see on the surface. You know, you better stop. I don't give a fuck. If you on that type of time, you better cut it out. Or keep going. You do what you want to do. You grown. I'm telling you. You want somebody's life, you want to see what it feel like to be somebody, spirit gonna whoop your ass the same way that person had to go through just for you to feel where they been at. Be careful what you ask for. Don't be sitting up on the internet having spiritual envy or all the people be on some weirdo shit, man, on the internet. I'm telling you, spirit about to make everybody just take a nap. I've been saying that shit too. Everybody need to fucking take a nap. It's too much noise going on. It's too loud. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. Spirit, I've had enough. Spirit been telling me for years that they've had a fucking enough. And everybody like, oh, are you crazy? Because she said spirit is tired of being used. I ain't fucking crazy. I'm crazy, but I ain't fucking crazy. Spirit is tired of people bullshit. You don't think spirit get tired of people bullshit? Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, you know how people be abusing spirit because people only go to spirit when they in trouble, and that's fine because you're supposed to go to spirit. But like in the meantime, in between time, they don't even be saying thank you. They don't be giving no offerings. They don't acknowledge it. You know, like spirit be getting tired of that shit. Or like people only calling in when they want to hurt somebody or they want some unjustified ass karma against somebody. Like people don't even care about spirit. Like at all. They just like, well, spirit's there for my use. My nah. It don't work like that. People will disrespect the spirits when stuff ain't going in their way. And then expect spirit to make some shit go their way. So if some shit ain't going somebody's way, they fuck spirituality, fuck this, fuck that. But then still want help and guidance in that same moment. That shit is crazy to me. So a motherfucker do that to source, the creator, how you think they gonna feel about you when you ain't doing what they want you to do right at that moment? When some shit ain't going their way right at that moment, how you think they gonna treat you? Talk about you. Then you got the motherfuckers that's thinking spirit is evil, but then still want spirit to help them. Like what? Anyway, let's move forward. Hold up. We're going to clarify this. Uh-huh. What is this, please? And then a motherfucker be looking at you like you crazy because you got unwavering faith. Even in the face of turmoil, conflict, confusion, your ass got unwavering faith. The motherfucker look at you like you crazy. Like what? What is this, please? Page of Wands, yeah. It's time to go. Straight up. It's time to go, gang. You gotta get out of here. Bottom of the deck is the Temperance in reverse. You gotta get around from all these imbalanced ass spirits, man. Temperance in reverse is coming out with the Four of Cups in reverse. You gotta get away from all these motherfuckers who don't care, who don't have no faith, people who don't respect spirituality. You gotta get the fuck away from them right now. I'm telling you straight up. People who ask in spirit for help but doubt in spirit in the same breath. The audacity, the disrespect. You better get away from them. Oh, but Page of Cups, but I love them. Dee. So what? Get gone now. Because after tarot, Seven of Pentacles in the upright, it's time to reap on both ends. They gonna reap what they sow, and you about to reap what you sown. So what you gotta choose a side. Ain't no fucking sitting on the fence. Get the fuck away from people who can't choose a side. People who want to be the fucking middleman of the bullshit. No. Everything is reaping right now. And if you know you've been planting seeds of prosperity, you got the 7 of Pentacles twice, gang. 10 of Pentacles twice, gang. Wheel of Fortune. If Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. If you know you've been sowing different type of seeds than others, you need to get the fuck from around them. And some of y'all with the Temperance in reverse and the 4 of Cups, I'm about to go off. Because some of y'all here, with the 4 of Cups in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, you're not listening to your angels when they telling you to get away from certain people. To not care about certain shit no more. Just to get away from some ungodly ass people. Ungodly ass energy. People playing for the other team, but masquerading like they on yours. Get the fuck from around them, because they about to reap and you about to reap. You got 2 7 of Pentacles out here. You don't want to be around what they about to reap. What is this? Page of Wands in reverse. See? People been talking bad about you. The Page of Wands in reverse is like the gossip card. People could have been speaking against you. But they want you around them in their reaping season. And y'all don't be hearing me when I'm talking to you about spirits. Spirits will try to stay attached to you while they reaping the bullshit that they've sown. There will be people who have gossiped about you, spread lies about you, talk down on you, that will be trying to stay spiritually linked to you because they're reaping what they've sown. And they see that you in your reaping season too, and your reaping season looking a little different than theirs. People will try to hide up under you to evade some type of karma they got to experience. Motherfuckers don't be want to hear that though. Yeah. Excuse me. 10 of Wands in reverse. Again. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups in reverse. See? Page of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups in the upright. Be mindful. People might be reaping some bullshit and they be trying to play on your emotions so you can go through it with them. You don't need to go through shit with nobody. You didn't initiate the bullshit they going through, so why you got to go through it with them? 10 of Wands in reverse twice tonight. You're going to have to recognize and respect what ain't your shit to go through. And I'm not talking about being heartless and turning your back on people that love you and need compassion and need some help. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the enemy, the ones who have tried to set you up as a sacrifice or for failure, now wanting to come back. Now that they chickens have come home to roost, they want to come and take up shop with you. No. You're going to have to not care about some shit sometimes. And that don't make you a bad person. See, the enemy wants to make you think, with the Page of Wands in reverse, the 10 of Wands in reverse, the enemy wants to make you think that you have to always be the good person. Even if they are putting unnecessary burden on you, even if they speaking ill on your name, you have to always be the good person, or you going to suffer some karma, or you going to suffer some repercussions for not allowing him to fuck over you. That's some bullshit. And a lot of y'all need to stop struggling with that. Stop thinking that if you call a spade, then that means you a bad person. If you set a boundary, that means you a bad person. If you choose not to carry somebody bullshit while they defaming you, Page of Wands in reverse, that you a bad person. You can't fall into that trick. That's one of the main tricks of the enemy. And with the Temperance in reverse, this is somebody that'll be like challenging your spirituality. Well, if you was really spiritual, you would have let me get over on you. If you was really spiritual, you would have let me talk slick to you, talk slick about you. If you was really spiritual, you wouldn't defend your own honor. You wouldn't defend yourself. That's how the enemy will fucking try to trick you out your spot by making you think you gotta be this ultra superhuman spiritual being to the point where you allow yourself to be gotten over, talked slick to, talked down to, lied on, all the type of thing. You know, they'll try to do that to you. With the temperance representing the ninth house, that's a spiritual house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people will try to play on your spirituality with the Ten of Wands in reverse to make you feel like if you was really spiritual, that you would just carry unnecessary bullshit. But the trickster energy about it is they consider themselves spiritual too. So who really playing the game? Who really mind fucking? You know what I'm saying? They consider themselves spiritual too. But we already know demons are spirits. So what's really going on? So they get to carry that out and still be considered spiritual. But if you reject it, then you not so spiritual. Do you see the irony in that? The bullshit in that? And that's how they'll do you. And then guess what you'll do? You'll turn your spirituality into a personality, and you'll be walking around taking L's, being a fucking dumpster, being a doormat in the line of being considered spiritual by other people's validation, by other people's perspective, and they're holding you to a line that they're not even held up to. Telling you with this temperance in reverse, Ten of Wands, nah. No. And then if you a Bible thumper and you want to look at it in another term, you can say it like simple. Everybody has fallen short from the glory of God. You can say it like that. Right? But the same people who have so-called fallen short of the glory of God be the same ones pointing out the speck in your eye while they got a log in theirs. Like, if we gonna get into it, let's get into it, because I really don't give a fuck. Like, the truth ain't got no fucking feelings. So you need to be mindful of this time of people trying to hold you to a certain spiritual expectation when they ain't even holding up the standard for that expectation. Right? Because people will hold you to an expectation, but they ain't even embodying the characteristics and the principles that would even uphold that fucking standard of the expectation. But they got it for you though. But they can't live up to it though either. Fuck them and fuck that. This is your journey. You need to cater it to you. Everybody walking around with an opinion and an expectation. But some of us know the expectation is pointed within. So then that's when you go into hermit mode. See, when you know the expectation starts with you, you don't even be in people's business. You be so the fuck out the way. You be working on your goals, not caring whose feelings it hurt, because you already know the real one's feelings ain't gonna be hurt. They're gonna be like, motherfucker, I know you've been getting it. I know you've been getting it. And they ain't gonna leave it at that. And the love, the same. Ain't no weird shift in the vibration. Shit. Bitch, if you my tribe, you better be getting it. You better be out the way. Next time you update me, I want to hear some success stories. Next time you talk to me, I want to know that what Spirit said for you went that way. Like, I want to know the success stories. You got to get around that type of energy. I'm telling you. All right, what do we have, please? Some motherfuckers only want you to tell them when you down. When you down bad. That's the only thing they want to hear. Period. Look at Spirit. You have the Temperance coming out in the upright position. See? And I told you earlier, I said I saw the Ten of Swords in my mind eye. The Temperance comes out with the Ten of Swords. Damn. Those of you who have a very close-knit relationship with your guardian angel, I would hate to be somebody that puts you in a dire situation right now. If somebody puts you in a situation to where you could have lost your life or the life of a loved one, or put you in a situation that could have just ruined your whole life, I would hate to be them right now, because this angel, Spirit just said angel of death, is coming in and making waves, okay? Somebody has a very concerned guardian angel. With the Ten of Swords and the Temperance, this angel is out to create balance. 10 is an even number. The Temperance is about balance. So yeah, there's some heavy spiritual balance taking place right now. You might even feel it in your own life. Like, damn, something just seemed like the scales are shifting. It seems like you might, without even asking for it, be privy to see the people who spoke ill of you with the swords here. You might even see like people who wished or prayed on your demise. You might even be privy to see their own demise, not because you asked, but because your spirit guides are angry. Somebody has like a guardian angel that's like angry. That's like own it right now. You know, somebody got an angel that walks with them. They own it right now. It's like you don't even have to say nothing. With the Ten of Swords, we're going to go back to the top, maybe to the top of the reading where I was talking about you guys being long suffering. Somebody has a guardian angel that has seen them be in this space of long suffering with the Ten of Swords. Now, aside from that, there's like a war happening right now. There's a war taking place in the spiritual realm. There's an all-out war. Okay? Spirit says this war was kept quiet for a while. It was shown in like subliminals down here on the earthly plane. Wars and genocide that was loud but then got quiet. Well, there's a war in the spiritual realm. And it's like very loud up there. Very loud up there. Some of you guys are going to be receiving a lot of telepathic messages. There may be somebody like close in your life that you're able to sit next to, and you guys are going to be able to like speak each other's thoughts without knowing that you're speaking each other's thoughts until you speak it, and then that person says like, yo, I was just thinking that, or I already wanted to say that, or like there's a lot of telepathic communication going on. There's a lot of people who are highly sensitive in the crown chakra area that are like experiencing a lot of downloads, a lot of messages coming in very fast. They're coming in fast, but whoever they're coming into, they're like patient in how they discern them. They're very patient in how they decipher them, transmute them, alchemize them. Some of you guys are going to get a premonition of the way someone may betray you or have betrayed you, and then it's going to all make sense. What is this, please? Oh, thank you. Some of you guys may be able to tap into extraterrestrial energy, okay? And it's going to sound crazy to other people, but we've been seeing for the past 7 years we've been seeing like a lot of gifts being heightened. I'm being shown the X-Men. I'm being shown the old cartoon of the X-Men. I'm being shown the comic book of the X-Men. That could be very significant for someone. Maybe somebody always felt like they were an X-Men, or they wanted to be an X-Men, or um it's the rising of the actual X-Men, and it has something to do with like it has something to do with like a spiritual revolution, but the mutants weren't actually mutants. The mutants were actually people with like undocumented and documented spiritual gifts, things that couldn't be explained, that couldn't be comprehended. This is the rising. If you look at the temperance here, this is the rising of those beings that have been spoke of in like ancient spirit said tablets, spirit said emerald tablets. um Spirit is showing me other worldly beings who have been existing in like physical human form, but there's some type of otherworldly spirit inside of them. um it's like I'm saying like a deformity, but it's not a deformity. It's a deformity, but it's not like, it's not physical. Child, let me see. Hermit in reverse. This is the rise of the peculiar people. Peculiar people are like no longer afraid to like show themselves. Now, there's a hint of apprehension, but there's also like a divine like energy about it. I really can't explain it. Four of Swords. Somebody goes like in and out of. Somebody goes in and out of. I just heard expose. Maybe somebody might want their art featured in like an art gallery, but somebody just needs to have a healthy balance of like being extroverted and introverted. All right, let's move forward, gang, because I'm like zoning out. Hold up. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's like gonna be a revelation. Uh-oh. Oh, y'all dropped the damn card. Oh, here it is. There's gonna be like a revelation of like some otherworldly things. I know humans would love to think that there are like the most intelligent beings, but then you're putting source in a box. There's gonna be a revelation of like higher intelligence, or There's something going on, but there's also going to be an illusion casted simultaneously with that, so people don't know what to believe or what to know. So this is going to be a good time to really be like spiritually cleansing and protecting yourselves. Yeah. Um Staying in tune, you know. It's going to be very important here. Okay, let's see. You know what, gang? Not to be sentimental or nothing, but you know, we've really come a long way, gang, on everything. We've come a long way. All of our paths are different but similar in some ways. And I truly believe that we were all led to this same space to pull from whatever we could, whatever spirit had for each of us. We have been in alignment with it. And I really feel like a lot of us are going to be like expanding and going in different directions and learning different things and experiencing different things. But I feel like these soulful moments that we've had will always like be something. They will always be important. They will always bring us back to like ourselves and what we were thinking at this time. And you know, like, I just encourage you guys to like just keep expanding on your knowledge, like learn all you can, be the forever student, you know, just like keep healing and whatnot. But you know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, you know. And life has been kicking ass. All right, let's see here. I used to say a long time ago that it was going to be a time for some of you guys where you wouldn't want to watch tarot no more. And I feel like a lot of people go through this part of their spiritual journey where that may happen. And you know, just make sure you don't demonize it on your way out, because at some point in your life it could have helped you in some way. You know, whether you leave spirituality and then go back to, you know, conform religion or some shit like that, don't demonize where you came from, because at some point in your life it helped. At some point in your life it was like what brought you to a certain space of enlightenment. I say that to say that just because you separate from things or people, it doesn't mean you have to demonize it or make it seem evil, or, you know, like, it's okay to just be like, I outgrew something, and take the good and leave the bad. We have to always like sift throughout everything, you know. So you guys are gonna be evolving and things are gonna be changing around you, but don't strip away the purity of the things that got you to where you are. Okay, just because you evolve doesn't mean you have to hate where you came from or the things that helped you evolve. The tools, you know, we acquire tools on this journey. Okay. All right, let's see. You guys got geomancy with the hourglass here. Patience. Now, those pyramids in the back low key look like dominoes to me. And I don't know if anybody know how to play dominoes, but dominoes is a fun game. You know what I'm saying? With the geomancy energy, you just kind of gotta be patient in the game of life right now. Okay, play your moves, playing with precision. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this. This card says, "Don't give up." Period. I always tell y'all that every week. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's no need to rush into anything. The universe is working in the background to bring your desires. Keep a positive focus. All is in divine order. Maintain trust as you step through the unknown into your destiny. Ashe. Yes, as you step into the unknown, you know what I'm saying, to your destiny. You ain't always gonna know every fucking thing. You ain't gonna know everything. Stop being controlling. You can't control spirit. You thought you could control man. You can't control man. So you damn sure can't control spirit, the creator, the initiator. Chill. That's people fucking problem too. They be so controlling and shit. They want to control everything. Everybody's actions, everybody's thoughts, everybody's taste buds, everybody's fucking words. They want to control one motherfucker take a shit. They want to control everything. Chill out. You can't control spirit with the hourglass. You damn sure now you can manipulate time, but you can't control it. You can let me rephrase. You can manipulate and control your own, but not nobody else's. And see, you gotta chill. Somebody gotta step back from trying to fucking control everything. I can't be around controlling ass people because I'm patient as fuck. I'm patient. I'm patient as fuck. Okay, I've had to learn to be that patient. So now, it's just like whatever. You can't be around people who trying to control every aspect of every fucking thing. It takes the joy out of shit. It takes the joy out of life. It takes the joy out of being around a motherfucker. It just sucks the fucking fun out of the room. And you don't want to be that person that nobody don't want to be around because you may be an impatient spirit. So inside of you, since you an impatient spirit, you got to project that outwards and control what everybody doing and thinking and saying. And even if you're in a conversation or some shit, dialogue with somebody, you want to control how they respond to some shit. Say some, like, nah. This is a season to be patient. Just chill out. Like, chill. Let some shit organically unfold. All right? All right, let's see. All right, you guys have tea leaves, foresight. But see, this shit came out in reverse. Somebody may think they have foresight, but they don't. They actually got fear sight. Fear sight is the bullshit I was telling you about earlier. Fear sight, it cancels out the foresight. Fear, and you have the high priestess in reverse. Fear sight cancels out foresight. Because fear sight gonna tell you everything about to go wrong. And even if you ain't got no proof that shit about to go wrong, you about to go in and act a certain way to make shit go wrong to prove your fucking self right. That shit disgusts me. I'm disgusted by that energy. Tea leaves, okay? Now, there's divination that you can do with tea leaves. Coffee too, you know? Somebody purposely fucks up the fate of things to prove themselves right. But they don't think they doing that in the process. And even if their higher self tell them that they doing that, they tell their higher self to be quiet. I'm doing this. You don't know what I'm doing this for. Motherfuckers don't even listen to their higher self. So they let fear sight cancel out foresight. And then so that they don't have to feel wrong and so that they don't have to take accountability, they act like the foresight was actually the fear. Motherfuckers put fear into the foresight and it fucks up everything. Fucks up everything. You get to choose between fear sight and foresight. But it takes a strong spirit to do that. It takes somebody who has allowed themselves to be in hermit mode and learn their own shadow for them to be able to do that. All right, let's read this. All right. Some of you guys may need to get a tarot reading or a tea leaf reading. Some of you guys may really need to get some type of divination at this time because there's something upside down in somebody's life. And somebody needs to get grounded. Okay, this card says time to heal any unresolved issues in your relationships. And we talked about that earlier with the interpersonal relationships and shit with that 3 of Cups. Investigate your bloodline. The way you investigate your bloodline is to get a past life reading or to get an ancestry reading, an ancestor reading. Hey, Drea. Okay. You have inherited your psychic gifts from an ancestor. So I was telling you earlier. Okay. It says, remember magical tales of yesteryear from your childhood. You know what? Some of you guys have went through some very traumatic experiences as a child, but there was like some angels or some fairies. I'm seeing angels and fairies that came in and like put some like veil over your eyes and showed you like a magical time in the most traumatic times. And some of you guys, as you come from an adolescence and you got into your mid-20s, early 30s, you started to remember those magical times, but your spirit was ready to remember the trauma that happened underneath those magical times. But you had some type of like mystical, magical guides that kind of like covered you from seeing the exact trauma, but it had to release at a certain age. So you might have found yourself at a certain age really reliving traumatic times, and now it's time to heal from that. Okay? And Spirit is also calling some of you to remember the magic you embodied as a child. When you were making mud pies and actually tasting it. When you were making mud pies and putting leaves and shit. And when you used to play in the front yard and drink out the water hose. You know, like somebody is from that timeline. It says, always look for the bigger picture. Step into your future with open eyes. Relax and have a kupa. Some of you guys need to take a break from the trauma. Okay? I know that you're on a healing journey and you want to hit the ground running. You want to hurry up and wrap all this shit up. You want to hurry up and feel all the things and get the things out of here. But you got to pause. Don't traumatize yourself by trying to get through your trauma. You need to, like, compassion and patience and empathy starts within. And you're being called into that space right now. All right, let's see. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see, gang. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate you. All right, let's see here, gang. Because, see, the spiritual warriors at this time are holding themselves to the fire. You know why? Because when you hold yourself to the fire, the parasites run. So when you hold yourself to the fire, the parasites start to run, and you can feel all of you again. All the parasites and parasitic beings that have tried to implant themselves in your energy signature, implant themselves in your life, your mind, your heart, your emotions, your empathy, they're running at this time. And the reason they're running is because you're holding yourself to the fire, right? It's like turning on a light and then all the roaches get to fucking running. This is what's happening in your life, metaphorically. You finally found that light that was always within you, but it had become shrouded by the trauma, the pain, the silencing that you went through. Because you didn't want to look like a victim, so you didn't tell your story. Because the motherfuckers you thought you could tell your story to wasn't going to believe you anyway. They was going to shake their head at you anyway and be like, well, what did you do? Well, you probably ain't did motherfucking shit. You're holding a flame now. And all these motherfucking insects is running. You remember on The Mummy? On that movie on The Mummy? The first one. When whatchamacallit came back from the dead and thought he was about to fuck some shit up. And then he came in, he saw that cat, and then he got scared and ran. It's like, that's what your guardian angels is doing. Now, if a cat has come into your life, in any type of way, that's what's happening for you. Cats are extremely spiritual. You may look at them and you may think like, oh, well, they not like a dog. They can't attack somebody like a dog could and rip somebody to shreds. No, cats can rip a spirit to shreds, though. Now, if you have a cat in your life right now, that's looking at a certain area in your home, and they're extremely focused on a certain area in your home, you might want to cleanse that area, because it might be something going on that you can't see in the physical, but the cat can see in the spiritual. Now, I don't know why fucking cat came up, because I didn't even, I did have the Queen of Wands with the black cat, but I don't know. And sometimes a cat will come into your life as well to reintroduce you into that divine feminine energy within you, the feline energy. A lot of you guys really can look in your life and see where you've had 9 lives. There's something very spiritual and etheric going on with you right now. It's a lot of otherworldly shit that's going on with you right now. I don't want you to be around anybody who's a naysayer about what you know to be true, what your intuition is speaking into you. Okay? Let's see here. Okay, you guys got number 11. I think we talked about 1111 or 111 earlier at the top of the reading. This card says, sun, paint the sun back into your sky. Yeah. I feel like a lot of you guys are no longer waiting for anybody to make you happy. You're no longer waiting for anybody to show you like the bright side of things. I feel like you are just, remember we talked about that earlier with the Eight of Pentacles, like you and Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Um, you you got, wait, what you say? Well, I got 1111 on my dinner receipt tonight. Period. Period. Um, you may be in this position in your life to where you're like, no, I create my own happiness. We talked about that with the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. You are creating your own happiness. You are painting the sun back into your sky. You're not waiting for anybody else to come along and be like, oh, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be happy. I wasn't happy until they came along. Like, no, you are painting the sun back into your sky. Let's read this. This card says, don't build a home that will come crumbling down if a single person walks out of the front door. When it comes down to it, we can't depend on other people to make us feel happy or fulfilled. The fact is that some people are going to leave from time to time, and you're the only one who's guaranteed to stay. Take the time to find sources of joy outside of your loved ones. You deserve happiness that lasts. A lot of you guys, and this is respectfully, a lot of you guys base your happiness like, oh, if my mom is happy, my dad is happy, then I'm happy. If my kids are happy, then I'm happy. If my pets are happy, then I'm happy. But what is your true happiness? That's the happiness you need to be painting into your sky. You guys need time away to just feel your own energy. You need time away to feel your own happiness. Like, even if it's like the smallest things that make you happy, you need time to feel just that. Like that's okay. Like, I want you guys to know, like, it's okay to be like, I'm only making me happy today. And stand on business. It's okay to be like, I'm only making me happy today. This week is all about me. Every Tuesday and Wednesday is about me. Like, it's okay for you to start saying that. Painting the sun into your own sky, that's a permanent energy. Being concrete about your boundaries around your happiness. You know the worst fucking feeling is when you've been painting the sun back into your sky, you're feeling good, and then you don't have the healthy boundaries set around that, and then someone comes in with their negative fucking energy and spirit, and then they take that star out, the sun out of the sky for you. Fuck that. Have boundaries around the things that make you happy. You don't have to broadcast everything that makes you happy. Because guess what? Other people going to have opinions about it. And their opinions may not make you happy. But that doesn't mean that thing still can't make you happy. That thing still can't bring you joy. And I get it. Sometimes you can be like, oh, I like this. I used to know somebody like that. Every time I would say I like something or something brought me joy or happiness, they would always go digging for the negative things of that thing that I liked to try to discourage me from liking it or take jabs at it when they were at their lowest. Fuck that. Guard your happiness. Put your happiness in the things you love in a sacred space so you can always retreat to that and enjoy it. Because people, when they don't have joy or they don't understand why you find joy in some things, they will always go digging for the negative aspects of whatever brings you happiness so you can come back down to that misery with them. So you can lose that gleam in your eye, that hope about some shit. You know? All right, let's see. All right, Spirit. gang. Let's see here. And thanks again. Shout out to everybody who liked the video. I appreciate you guys. Okay. You guys have nature communication, number 37, which breaks down to the 10. Flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messages. So a lot of you guys need to really be paying attention to ethereal things, the synchronicities, the stuff that happens in nature. And, you know, for some of you guys, you may not be able to create some type of sacred space within your home. Take it out into nature. If you live near like a forest or trees or a lake or a body of water, or if you can get to a space where there's a lot of trees, use that as your sacred space. Use, thank you HP3. This is the deck you got me for my solar return. I think the year before last. Take everything to nature, okay? Because sometimes people have different living arrangements, you know what I'm saying? Where they can't have this lavish grand altar and all these things, but you still need to communicate somehow. You still need to communicate with nature. You still need to communicate with your guides, your spirits. It's okay to take it to nature. You know what I mean? Nature is the most beautifully abundant altar, especially when you have a certain intention, okay? Now, number 37 breaks down to the 10. So the 10 also breaks down to the 1. So you guys could be like initiating a new way in which you communicate with nature, in which you communicate with your spirit guides, in which in the ways that you hear them even, okay? This card says, you're being asked not to make assumptions. Be open to possibilities that seem to be outside of rational expectation. Attempts to communicate with beings from other realms, within nature, spiritual planes, or even just humans, it is thought that there is no chance of speaking to or being understood by. Remember, I was telling you guys that you guys are going to be like, some of you guys may be communicating with like otherworldly things, but I really want you to be careful with that, okay? Because there are definitely trickster spirits out there, okay? That can tell you something that may feel right, but it's not. So you need to be making sure that the way in which you communicate with nature, and nature is vast, okay? Spirits are a part of nature. Make sure the ways in which you're communicating with the spirit realm or just energies and people around you, it has the best intent and it's pure, okay? It says, be more lateral and less literal about the ways communication can take place. Being worth communicating with, this will go far. So if somebody be like, oh, I don't wanna message you, you know, and just speaking from personal experience, if I send out a business email, some people be like, well, I don't want to respond to your business email. I'd rather just talk to you on social media. But then if I'm not on social media that day, they may feel that I didn't see their DM. But if they were to hit my business email, they would get in contact with me faster, right? So this is like being broader in your means of communication and not allowing trickster spirits to come in and miscommunicate with you, acting like it's divine spirit. It says be more lateral and less literal. So like being lateral and less literal is like, you ever talk to someone and like, and I found this. I used to be a part of the conscious community, right? And in the conscious community, you can't even say a word wrong, right? You can't say a word wrong. And even if you have a broader understanding of the word and all of this, you just cannot say it wrong in some of those people's eyes. But it's like being more lateral than literal. Like, you know what I meant. You know, like being more about the intent than exactly having it perfected the way you, oh, I misspelled the word, or in my petition I didn't write the word perfectly in cursive. Like, it's not about that. Be more lateral at this time. Be more open to different means of communication and ways of understanding things and ways of communicating things. You know? Okay. It says, attempts to communicate with beings from other realms within nature. Yes, I'm telling you, some of you guys can hear nature. And this gonna sound crazy to somebody, but it don't sound crazy to me. Some people are able to communicate with like plants and trees. Like plants and trees and stuff like that are living beings. Some people can hear the vibration of what they're saying. Some people can hear and understand like what animals are thinking telepathically. So there might be a lot of telepathic communication going on. You may be like having a lot of premonition. You may be having a lot of primitive communication with others or other beings and shit. Just make sure like you are protecting your energy at this time. Yeah, being yeah, plants talk to you. Um, you know, I don't know if they have it, but I saw on Instagram one time like somebody put like this certain type of microphone on like a mushroom, and it gave off these sound waves and vibrations that kind of like sound like humming and songs and shit. Like plants are alive. You know what I mean? Plants are living beings. But yeah, so this is just like a time to be clear about the communication you're having with different beings, because we have a lot of infiltration going on within nature. Um, so you're gonna have to be very discerning, and it's gonna take a very strong spirit to be able to do that, because fairly speaking, some people are not strong spirits and they give in to the trickster spirits, and that's all they can hear. So if you're able to keep some type of peace and righteous war in your heart right now, just know like you got a bit of a heads up. All right, gang. That was your message to the high priestess. I love you guys so much. Thanks again to all my birthday gifts from everybody. Thanks again to everybody who liked the video. All my magical moderators and magical members to the channel. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Anything you need from me will be in the description box below. How to book a personal reading or purchase anything from my website. All right, gang. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other if you can. Sending you love, peace, and balance.